And KVGC News Time, 7 minutes after the hour of 7 o'clock. Time for a look at the news for a Tuesday, May 16th, 2017. In the news for today, bullying in the Amador County School District was the often emotional topic of discussion at last night's special meeting of the Amador School Board. Following a student's discussion of a bullying incident on a school bus at last week's regular meeting, the board decided to hold a special meeting on Monday night dedicated solely to discussing bullying and how to address it in the schools. The public comment period included a series of testimonies from students, former students, and parents of students who were bullied while in Amador County schools. The discussion often turned emotional as incidents involving race, religion, and gender identity were described at every grade level. Many of these personal testimonials were paired with urgent calls for the board and district administration to take more action to address the issue and to take a harder line against bullies. The board also heard from a number of school administrators who talked about current programs and efforts underway to combat bullying, with the Anti-Bullying Club on the Argonaut campus receiving particular praise. Board members also praised those who spoke last night, saying it took courage to speak about the issue publicly. As the meeting concluded, board members pledged to do all they could to prevent bullying in local schools.
Well, Amador County fire units rolled to a reported vehicle fire just before 3:30 yesterday afternoon on Stony Creek Road near Party Reservoir. When first responders arrived, they found the occupants of the vehicle were out of the vehicle, and fire was spreading to nearby vegetation. Multiple emergency responders and one minor injury was reported. Stony Creek Road was closed for a short time both directions while crews battled the blaze and attended to the vehicle accident. Then a short time later, yesterday afternoon, Jackson City fire crews called to a reported escaped debris burn south of town in the Scottsville area. When crews arrived on scene, they were able to quickly bring the fire under control. Now, as a reminder, as of May 1st, burn permits are now required for outdoor burning, and burn piles must only be 4 feet by 4 feet in size, only burn on permissive burn days, have a water source nearby, and never leave your burn unattended.
And the Sutter Creek City Council dealt with a number of issues at its meeting on Monday night. The council approved moving forward with the project to repair and remodel the bathrooms at the city auditorium. The council decided on an option that would see both men's and women's bathrooms remodeled at a cost to the city of $117,000. While they consider the project expensive, the auditorium is the city's main public building, and the bathrooms are in poor shape, not having been repaired in decades. The council also heard a report from City Attorney Derek Cole on the status of the Gold Rush Ranch project and the obligations of the city and developer on the development. Cole concluded that at maximum, the Gold Rush developer has until January 2019 to begin construction on a new sewer plant for the city or lose the development it's entitled to. Passed in a close election back in 2010, Gold Rush Ranch would bring hundreds of homes, a golf course, and several commercial buildings have built. But to date, no progress has been made on actually building that development.
Well, 2 men arrested after allegedly selling materials out of local stores to make dangerous drug labs. The Amador County Combined Narcotic Enforcement Team, known as ACNET, conducted an undercover investigation by sending agents posing as customers into the Jackson Smoke Shop in Jackson and Your Cigarette Source in Martell. The agents went in, saying they were buying equipment to manufacture butane honey oil, a concentrated cannabis that's made in labs. Now, those labs have been known to explode violently, injuring, sometimes killing people, and destroying homes. We should say very makeshift labs. Now, selling the equipment to manufacture butane honey oil is a felony. The agents arrested 26-year-old Jamison Russell Kelly and 24-year-old Philip Justice Samuel Buckley for the sale of drugs or devices to prepare controlled substances. Now, the Amador Sheriff Office says the pair not only provided the equipment, they also told the agents the best way to make the butane honey oil. Agents seized hundreds of pounds of butane, as well as illegal marijuana products.
Hospice of Amador and Calaveras has been recognized as the 2017 recipient of Hospice Honors, a prestigious national program that highlights hospice organizations who are providing the highest level of quality care as determined by caregivers. The official list of recipients was unveiled last week at the National Hospice Care Organizations Management and Leadership Conference in Washington, D.C. Hospice of Amador and Calaveras was recognized in the top tier of the Hospice Honors Program, elite status, scoring above the national average of 100% of the evaluated questions, and the only hospice in the Sierra region to be awarded elite status. Award criteria was based on hospice survey results for an evaluation period of October 2015 through September 2016. Hospice of Amador and Calaveras has been serving as the only locally community-based nonprofit hospice providing care to patients and families in Amador and Calaveras counties for more than 35 years.
And tomorrow will be a rough day for a few Amador County residents. They're sentenced for DUI in front of an auditorium of people. The sentencing, which will be conducted by Amador County Superior Court Judge Steve Hermanson, will be done at Amador High School as part of a student assembly. There will be actual court proceedings, and will be followed by an interactive panel discussion facilitated by Nexus Youth and Family Services Friday Night Live. Now, members of that panel will include Judge Hermanson, District Attorney Todd Reeby, Sheriff Deputy Gary Redmond, CHP Officer John Hardy, Chief Probation Officer Mark Bonini, Public Defender Randall Schrout, and Insurance Agent Ann Lintz. They'll be followed by a presentation by Lynn Goodwin, Director of California Friday Night Live, whose daughter Casey was killed by a drunk driver. Now, the purpose of the entire presentation is to show students the real-life consequences of drunk driving and to help prevent them from drunk driving themselves.
That's a look at local news on this Gold Country Tuesday morning, the 16th day of May for 2017. From the KVGC News Center,
I'm JD.
And I'm Jim Geedy reporting.